Hello everyone. So I wanted to look at this Magneto a little more. I feel like this is the one that was originally on the tractor, and I feel like this one was working at one point, so this is really where we should start from, just to test it and stuff. I did notice when I was looking at this surface was extremely corroded. And I was thinking about it, this needs to be able to ground to the tractor. Even though there's bolts going through it, that's not necessarily going to ground it. So I cleaned this surface up. I'm also going to clean the surface up on the tractor itself. But I thought maybe that would probably help. It can't hurt anyway. So what I'm going to do to test this, I hooked these spark plugs up and I grounded them with this wire. And this wire I'm going to run back to the housing. And then I'm going to spin this, and hopefully that should create a spark, I think, if I know what I'm doing or have any idea. So hopefully that'll work. So let's see what kind of spark we can get off of this. I guess I don't know which way this turns. We'll try this way first, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm not getting anything. So I don't know if it's just not working or I'm not doing it right. Yeah, nothing's happening. It won't let it turn the other direction. It has a stop on it, so it's definitely that way that it turns. So let's take this off. Let's see what's going on in here. No, I forgot this one's all stripped out. Oh, this is actually all loose. Maybe that might have been it. I don't know. Alright, I've taken the coil wires off to test the coil. So this is the ground wire. This is the secondary wire that goes to the points and condenser. And then this is the primary button stud thing here, whatever you want to call it. So what I found is if you test the ground wire to the low side, it should read from something like 0.4 or something to 1, which I'm getting a lot more resistance than that, I guess, but last time I tested it I wasn't. There, it's down now. So you can see that that's testing accurately. So the next test is from the ground to this button, which I gotta turn this up because this should be, actually forget the range. So this should be anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000 ohms. So from the ground to the button, and I'm getting 6,260 ohms. So the coil should be working as it should. I know that there is like a high voltage load test you can do, but I don't have a way to do that, I guess. I don't really know how to do that. So I'm just going to assume the coil is good. Maybe I should test the condenser now. I'm not really sure how to do that either, but there's probably a simple way to do that. So I hooked the ground back up and I just wanted to see if I'm getting a good ground to the chassis here. So if I go from here to the chassis, you can see that it brings it right back to where it should be. So I'm getting a good ground now. I don't know if I was before, but I would assume so. So I guess hook this back up. This is kind of a little corroded. I guess I could clean that terminal off. Maybe we weren't making good contact there. So I'll do that and then I guess we'll test it again. I don't know. Alright, so I got everything put back together and I switched the ground to the very end here just in case the spark plugs didn't want to ground there. And when I do it now, you can see I get a spark on the one spark plug. Actually, I don't know if you can see that or not. But this one is not sparking at all. I don't know if I actually got it connected right, or if maybe it's not all the way in there or what, but it's got to be spinning quite a bit before it sparks, and it's a pretty weak spark. I mean, I could try a different spark plug, I guess, just in case that one's not any good. And I'm gonna switch these wires around. That one in there, this one in there. So hopefully the other one sparks now. Yeah, see, that one's sparking now. So there's something wrong with this lower one here, because that one's not getting any spark, and the other one's sparking now. So we need to look at why this one's not sparking, which I would think that that would most likely be, man, I honestly am not 100% sure. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that one would and one wouldn't. Unless this isn't like timed right or something, I don't know. But at least we're getting spark on one of them. Obviously both spark plugs are good. I guess I could try this cap just to see if that's the problem. I don't really know. This one looks a lot older. All right, let's try again and see what happens. Same thing. Only the top one is actually firing. So why would that be? The rotor looks perfectly fine. Points are gapped right, I checked that. I mean, everything really should be working. It's just more, it's not timed right or something. So if I don't hook anything up and I just spin this, you can see the spark on the points. But there is spark there. I adjusted this angle. I took note of where it originally was so I can put it back if nothing changes. But this is to change the angle of the rotor basically. So I just wanted to see if it made any difference if I moved this or not. So we're gonna try it and see what we get now. So we're still only getting spark on the top one. So I don't think that actually changed anything. Let's double check, make sure we don't have some type of wire issue or something. Definitely not a wire issue. It's still only the top. It's actually kind of funny. The bottom one looks way cleaner than the top one. But at the same time, we tried this one and it did the same exact thing. So I really don't think it has anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with the wires because both of those are working. It doesn't make any sense to me that one side would work and the other wouldn't. I don't know. I guess I could test one of the other ones. The only problem is none of the other ones actually are any good. Like this one's missing a coil and it's pretty rusty in there. So I don't know about that one. These ones are all broken except the one I put on there. I guess I could go grab the Magneto that I put on the tractor and test that one. That probably wouldn't be too terrible of an idea. So maybe I'll go grab that real quick and then we'll test that one. We got the other one back off of there. So I noticed this one, the timing mark is way off to the retarded side. So I don't really know why it's set like that, but the other one was set almost the exact same way. So I don't know. Let's take this cap off and see what we got. So before I do anything, I'm just gonna rotate this and see if we get a spark from the points on here. I am not seeing any spark. We can test the coil and stuff and see. This to a ground would be our first test, so let's do that. All right, so to ground somewhere in here, and then we can test this. which are actually getting about the correct amount. And then we have to up this a lot and then test in here. And that would be what is bad. The coil's definitely bad in this one, so. All right, well, we know this one's not any good, so we'll stop trying to mess with it. I don't have another coil. I don't really know what else to try. This is probably a pretty boring video, but I really need your help. I feel like this Magneto should be working. It's getting spark to one of the spark plugs. We've tried both of the spark plugs. They both spark. We've tried both of the wires. They both work. It's just this bottom plug right here that's not getting any spark out of it. So let me know. I really don't know. I've been trying to take your guys' advice as much as possible. I feel like we do have a working Magneto here. I need to test the RPM of my drill because it seems like it needs to be spinning pretty fast in order for it to actually create a spark. So that could be an issue once we get on the tractor. No matter how fast I spin it, the drill at full speed, the other spark plug isn't working. So not really sure. Let me know. Well, I will get you the RPM of this drill though at the minimum speed in order to get the other spark to go. It seems like this has to be spinning at about 800 RPM before it actually starts sparking. Right there. Right there I get an inconsistent spark. Right there is where I was getting a good spark, and it's 760, 750 RPM. So that seems like it needs to spin awfully fast to actually get a spark. I feel like this just may not be good. Maybe the actual generator thing in there is not working how it should. So I think it's really just the Magneto isn't good. The coil's probably fine, but then again, it may be also the problem if it's not giving enough output or something. I don't know. With those results, hopefully you guys can kind of guide me in the right direction. I don't really know where else to go from there. So I did want to mention though, we reached 900 subscribers last night. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you for that. I think that's going to be it for this video. So let me know what you think and we'll see you next time.